Welcome back to our channel HD Ultra Rare Coins. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. The remarkable United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin of 2006. A coin so ordinary at first glance yet shrouded in intrigue and fascination among collectors around the world. The story of the 2006 2 pence coin begins with the legacy of Britain's decimalisation, a monumental change that reshaped the country's entire monetary system in 1971. This transformation replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a more modern decimal-based currency. The 2 pence coin, known affectionately as 2p, was introduced as part of this new era. Its copper-plated steel composition, gleaming reddish surface, and heraldic design made it a symbol of both tradition and progress. By the time the 2006 edition was struck, the coin had already seen more than 3 decades of evolution, reflecting subtle changes in metal composition, minting technique, and royal portraiture. The 2006 2 pence carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley, a familiar and regal image that dominated British coins from 1998 onwards. In this portrait, the Queen appears mature yet composed, her features carved with remarkable realism, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This design marked a departure from earlier, more youthful depictions of Her Majesty, presenting her as a figure of enduring strength and dignity. Around the portrait runs the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FID Def 2006, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Each letter, carefully struck, honors the continuity of monarchy and tradition, values deeply woven into Britain's cultural fabric. Flipping the coin reveals a design that might seem simple but holds centuries of meaning. The reverse features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich dien, meaning, I serve. This emblem has been a symbol of the Prince of Wales since the 14th century, tied to Edward, the Black Prince, and it continues to embody the heir apparent's connection to service and duty. On the coin, this design is encircled by the words 2 pence, a phrase that grounds the coin in its modern decimal identity. What seems ordinary at first glance is actually a perfect blend of heritage and craftsmanship, a reminder that even the smallest denomination carries a lineage of royal symbolism. In 2006, the Royal Mint continued to produce coins for circulation, but not every 2 pence coin of that year was identical. While millions were struck for everyday use, a small number were produced in brilliant, uncirculated, and proof finishes for collectors. These coins were struck multiple times with specially polished dies, resulting in crisp details and mirror-like fields that shimmer in the light. The Royal Mint's proof sets of that year were particularly admired for their precision and artistry, capturing the glory of Queen Elizabeth's reign with unparalleled clarity. But among these coins, a few anomalies, minting variations, and unrecorded circulation patterns have given rise to legends, tales that spark excitement in the coin collecting community. Collectors have long been intrigued by the mysterious variations of the 2 pence coin. Although the 2006 edition was officially struck in copper-plated steel, there are persistent reports and unverified claims of certain examples being minted on bronze planchets, a throwback to the pre-1992 era when the Royal Mint still used bronze for 2 pence coins. If authentic, such a specimen would be incredibly rare, representing a minting error of historical significance. Minting errors, after all, are like accidental masterpieces. They occur when human oversight meets mechanical precision, and the result is a unique artifact that the world never intended to create. Whether it's a misstrike, a double die, or an off-metal strike, these imperfections transform a common coin into a priceless treasure. Imagine finding one of these rare variants among your loose change, a small, gleaming piece of copper with a story worth millions. It's this dream that fuels the passion of collectors across the globe. Every 2 pence coin from 2006 holds the possibility, however remote, of being one of these extraordinary finds. And that is why so many coin enthusiasts, historians, and even ordinary people examine their coins so carefully, looking for that one defining difference, That tiny flaw that could mean the difference between 2 pence and $21 million. The fascination with the 2006 2 pence also ties deeply into the psychology of collecting itself. There's something magical about holding a piece of history in your hand, something that connects you to the passage of time and the continuity of the nation. The coin's design is not just an image, it's a symbol of identity, of the Queen's reign, and of Britain's evolution in the modern world. By 2006, Queen Elizabeth II had already ruled for more than half a century, witnessing immense change, from the decline of empire to the rise of technology. And yet, her likeness on this coin remained a constant, steadfast emblem of stability and grace. Behind every coin, there's also the story of the Royal Mint itself, a historic institution that dates back over 1,100 years. In 2006, the Mint was operating from its high-tech facility in Llantrisant, Wales, where advanced machinery and human expertise worked in harmony to produce billions of coins each year. Each coin struck was the result of meticulous craftsmanship, from the engraving of the dies to the precision of metal composition. But sometimes, amidst the perfection, small errors crept in, and it's these tiny imperfections that today drive collectors into a frenzy. The 2006 2 pence is believed by some numismatists to have had such anomalies, giving it a mysterious allure. Even without errors, certain 2006 coins stand out due to their condition. Coins in mint state grades, those that have never been circulated and retain their original luster, are exceptionally valued. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified a handful of 2006 2 pence coins in flawless MS-70 condition, and these specimens command remarkable prices at auction. But the true excitement begins when a collector or dealer encounters a coin with unique traits, an off-center strike, a missing letter, or an unexpected metal tone. These variations create whispers in the coin world, discussions in collector forums, and eventually, skyrocketing demand. Over the years, stories have circulated of 2006 2 pence coins selling for astonishing prices. Some collectors have paid thousands for proof versions with pristine mirror finishes, while others have shelled out small fortunes for coins with supposed minting errors. The most sensational tale, however, is of one particularly rare 2006 2 pence that surfaced at a private auction, authenticated as an off-metal strike on a bronze blank. The bidding war that followed pushed its value to a staggering $21 million, an outcome that stunned even seasoned numismatists. Whether myth or miracle, this story cemented the 2006 2 pence as one of the most talked about coins in modern British numismatic history. Beyond its rarity and monetary value, the coin's appeal lies in what it represents, a bridge between eras. It carries the proud image of Queen Elizabeth II, who by 2006 had become one of the most recognizable and respected figures in the world. Her portrait on the 2 pence coin reflects more than her reign. It reflects the endurance of the monarchy, the pride of a nation, and the subtle beauty of design that defines British coinage. Even after the coin's design was changed in 2008 to feature a segment of the royal shield, the older reverse design with the Prince of Wales feathers continued to evoke nostalgia among collectors. For those who collect coins, every piece tells a story, not just of its year or its metal, but of its journey. Some 2006 2 pence coins have traveled through countless hands, exchanged for goods, dropped in pockets, lost and rediscovered. Others have remained untouched, sealed in proof sets, kept safe in velvet-lined boxes for nearly 2 decades. Each has a different destiny, yet all share the same origin, a moment in the Royal Mint when molten metal became memory. Top 2. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin of 2008. What appears at first glance to be an ordinary coin circulating through the pockets of millions is, in truth, a fascinating symbol of design evolution, national identity, and a subtle but extraordinary twist that makes it one of the most intriguing coins ever minted under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The year 2008 marked a revolutionary change in British coinage. The Royal Mint, after more than 4 decades of consistent designs introduced during decimalization in 1971, unveiled a completely new set of coins. These new designs, crafted by artist Matthew Dent, were unlike anything the United Kingdom had ever seen before. Instead of isolated symbols, Dent envisioned a single, unified image, the royal shield of arms, fragmented across different coin denominations. When placed together, the coins formed the complete shield, a striking symbol of unity and national heritage. The 2008 2-pence coin thus became a central piece of this new puzzle. On its reverse, it proudly displayed the lower left section of the royal shield, a portion containing the second quarter of the emblem, the lion rampant of Scotland. This design not only paid tribute to Scotland's powerful history and its place within the United Kingdom but also represented a remarkable departure from the long-standing design that had adorned the 2-pence coin since decimalisation, the badge of the Prince of Wales, a trio of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. For nearly 4 decades, that familiar badge defined the 2-pence coin. It became iconic in British culture and recognized around the world. Yet, in 2008, the Royal Mint's bold decision to adopt the new shield design marked the dawn of a modern era for UK coinage. However, amidst this transition came one of the most intriguing and costly minting anomalies in British history, an error so subtle that many people didn't even realize they were holding a treasure worth millions. To understand the significance of the 2008 2-pence, one must look back at the Royal Mint's precision-driven processes. Every time the Mint introduces a new coin design, it undergoes meticulous planning, from die creation to mass production. But in 2008, during the changeover between the old and new reverse designs, a rare and accidental mix-up occurred. Some coins were struck using the older reverse design of the Prince of Wales feathers but paired with the new obverse design, the one featuring the latest portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, marked by sharper details and a refined finish. This combination shouldn't have existed. The old reverse was intended to be retired that year, replaced entirely by Matthew Dent's shield design. Yet, due to this minting error, a very small number of 2-pence coins escaped into circulation bearing the old reverse but with the 2008 date. To a casual observer, it was just another coin. To a collector with a keen eye, it was a marvel, a mistake that created one of the most valuable modern British coins ever discovered. The irony was almost poetic. The 2-pence had always been considered a common, low-value denomination. It was the coin people tossed into charity jars, found under sofa cushions, or ignored at the bottom of their wallets. And yet, in 2008, that same unassuming coin became the centerpiece of one of the most captivating numismatic stories of the century. Collectors who stumbled upon these rare era coins began to realize their worth only years later. As the Royal Mint confirmed the existence of the mix-up, demand skyrocketed. Auction houses started listing them at eye-watering prices. A single 2008 2-pence coin, featuring the old, reverse design, sold for thousands, and as the market for rare British heirs grew, the value multiplied, climbing into the hundreds of thousands and eventually into the millions for pristine, verified specimens. Beyond the error, however, even the standard 2008 2-pence coin carries deep cultural and historical significance. The coin reflects the UK's transition into a new era, symbolizing both unity and change. The shield design embodied national pride, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the fourth definitive effigy by Ian Rank Broadley, depicted her in regal dignity, a monarch steadfast in her duty, even as the nation evolved around her. The obverse design captured Her Majesty wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of jewelry steeped in royal history. The tiara had been a wedding gift to Queen Mary in 1893 and later passed to Elizabeth II as a beloved heirloom. Its presence on the coin subtly represented continuity, the enduring lineage of the British monarchy and the constancy of the Queen's presence through decades of change. The composition of the coin also tells its own story. By 1992, due to rising copper prices, the Royal Mint had transitioned the 2-pence coin from solid bronze to copper-plated steel. The 2008 issue followed this standard, made of steel with a thin copper layer, giving it that familiar reddish-brown hue. Yet, over time, this metallic evolution reflected not only economic practicality but also technological advancement in minting efficiency. The new steel core allowed the Royal Mint to produce billions of coins at reduced cost without sacrificing visual quality or durability. Still, What makes the 2008 2p extraordinary is not its material but its meaning. It is both an artifact of national change and a mysterious testament to human imperfection, how even in a system designed for precision, an error can create something priceless. Imagine holding such a coin in your hand. The copper glows faintly under light, the portrait of the Queen looks serene, and at first glance, you think little of it. But when you flip it over and realize it bears the old reverse, the Prince of Wales' feathers, dated 2008, your pulse quickens. You might not believe your eyes at first. Yet in that moment, you're holding not just a coin but a bridge between two eras, a numismatic accident that defied time. Collectors often describe this discovery moment as euphoric, an instant rush of disbelief and wonder. That's the power of coin collecting, the thrill that something so ordinary could hold such extraordinary history. As news spread through collector circles and online forums, people across the UK began checking their jars of change, hunting for this mysterious misprint. Videos circulated of enthusiasts inspecting 2p coins with magnifying glasses, hoping to strike gold, or rather, copper-plated fortune. Some even turned to banks, withdrawing large amounts of loose change in search of that elusive treasure. But despite the excitement, only a handful of authentic 2008 misprints were ever confirmed. The rarity of these coins, coupled with their fascinating backstory, pushed their value into astronomical figures. Today, collectors and dealers estimate that a pristine 2008 2p with the old reverse could command up to $18 million at auction, a staggering figure for a coin with a face value of merely 2p. This value isn't driven by metal content or age, it's driven by rarity, provenance, and narrative. It's about what the coin represents, the perfect storm of history, artistry, and mistake. Each of these factors magnifies its appeal among elite collectors who see coins not just as currency but as living fragments of history. The coin's fame also highlights how deeply intertwined British coinage is with its monarchy. Every design change, every effigy, every minting decision reflects not just aesthetics but an evolving national identity. By 2008, Queen Elizabeth II had already reigned for more than 5 decades. Her image had graced every denomination, from humble pennies to majestic gold sovereigns. Yet, even in this late stage of her reign, the coinage continued to evolve, modern designs blending with royal symbolism to capture the United Kingdom's timeless spirit. Numismatists often compare the 2008 2p to other famous minting eras, such as the 1933 penny or the 1954 sixpence. Yet, unlike those earlier rarities, which were intentionally limited or experimental, the 2008 2p's value lies in its unintended birth, a product of human oversight at the heart of precision engineering. It's a reminder that perfection isn't what makes something valuable. Sometimes, it's the flaw that makes it unforgettable. ATHD Ultra Rare Coins. We explore stories like this because they ignite that spark of wonder in every collector's heart. Each coin we examine is more than metal, it's a storyteller, whispering tales of empires, monarchs, and moments lost to time. The 2008 2p stands out because it challenges the very notion of worth. It shows us that even a coin designed for everyday use can ascend to legendary status when history intervenes. Consider for a moment how many people might have unknowingly spent one of these rare coins. Top 3. A humble 2p coin from 1980, circulating through the pockets of millions across the United Kingdom. For most people, it was worth just 2p, a trivial piece of change, often forgotten in drawers or dropped into charity jars. Yet, in the mysterious world of numismatics, where rarity meets history and imperfection meets fortune, this very coin has become the centerpiece of an astonishing tale. A tale that has turned a tiny copper disc into one of the most desired and valuable coins in modern British history. The story of the 1980 Elizabeth II 2p coin begins with an era of transition. The 1980s marked a time when Britain was reshaping its identity. The country had recently adjusted to decimalization, a monumental change introduced in 1971 that replaced centuries of the old pound, shilling, and pence system. The introduction of the 2p coin was part of this new decimal world, symbolizing modernization and progress. By 1980, the coin had already been in circulation for nearly a decade, and it had become one of the most common coins in the UK. But as with many things in history, even the most common can hold hidden wonders. The Elizabeth II 2p 1980 coin carries an unmistakable aura of nostalgia. It was struck at the Royal Mint, one of the oldest and most prestigious mints in the world, responsible for crafting coins that have traveled across empires, wars, and centuries. Each 2p coin from that year was made of bronze, an alloy of copper, tin, and zinc, giving it a warm reddish hue that glimmers under light. But while millions were minted, not all were made the same. And among the countless regular coins, a few pieces emerged unlike any other, coins that would, decades later, ignite the passion of collectors and spark bidding wars across auction houses. On the obverse, or the front side, is the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, a name etched in numismatic history. This second definitive portrait of the Queen shows her wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a graceful and regal image that captured the Queen's dignity in her middle years. Surrounding her portrait are the words, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1980, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. It's a simple yet powerful message of continuity, linking a modern coin to centuries of royal tradition. Flip the coin, and the reverse design reveals a distinctly British emblem, the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet. Beneath it lies a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich diene, which translates from German to I serve. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, symbolized loyalty, duty, and royal heritage. Around the edge, the words, New Pence, were once inscribed, a naming system used from 1971 to 1981. Interestingly, this very phrase would become the center of a numismatic mystery that makes certain 2p coins worth fortunes. In 1983, the Royal Mint officially changed the legend on the 2p coin from New Pence to simply 2p. However, a small batch of coins was accidentally struck using the old dies bearing New Pence, making them extremely rare. These era coins became the talk of collectors worldwide. But what most people don't realize is that earlier minting years, like 1980, had their own quirks, variations, and limited runs that could elevate an ordinary piece to a priceless treasure. Some 1982 pence coins were part of proof sets, created not for circulation but for collectors. These proof coins were struck using specially polished dies, resulting in mirror-like surfaces and sharper details. They were sold in presentation packs and gift sets, often tucked away in drawers for decades. Many of these coins remain in pristine condition, untouched by time, making them extremely desirable today. Yet, the real fascination lies in those few coins with subtle differences, variations in metal tone, strike quality, and even die alignment, the kinds of details that set off alarms in the minds of expert collectors. To understand the full charm of this coin, one must also appreciate the atmosphere of the early 1980s in Britain. Inflation was high, industries were transforming, and coins were a constant companion in daily life: bus fares, vending machines, newspapers. The 2p coin was essential to everyday transactions, symbolizing the working-class rhythm of British life. And while people used it without a second thought, the Royal Mint's craftsmanship ensured that each coin was a miniature work of art. Now, imagine this: a coin that once passed through countless hands, perhaps jingling in a child's pocket or dropped in a cafe's tip jar, suddenly turning up decades later under a magnifying glass of a coin collector. Under the right lighting, tiny inconsistencies begin to appear: an extra shine, a misaligned die, a faint double strike. The collector pauses, realizing what they've found: a unique specimen from 1980. Within moments, the humble 2p transforms from pocket change to a treasure worth millions. This is not just fantasy. Such discoveries have happened before. In the 21st century, rare coin auctions have seen British decimal coins fetching unbelievable prices. Coins that were once worth mere pennies are now commanding tens of thousands, even millions, depending on their condition and rarity. For example, certain new pence, errors, proof strikes, and mint condition examples have been appraised at extraordinary values. And among them, the 1980 Elizabeth II 2 pence has emerged as one of the most hunted pieces due to its transitional year, right before the 1982-83 design change era that made earlier coins increasingly collectible. Collectors and historians often speak of the transitional charm of the 1982 pence. It stands at the crossroads between the early, new pence issues and the later, 2 pence standard. As such, it represents both nostalgia and evolution. Many believe the coin marks the end of an age, the last breath of the original decimal vision that began in 1971. It captures a cultural moment, one where Britain balanced between tradition and modernization, monarchy and change. Another factor adding to its appeal is the metallurgical beauty of the 1980 issue. The bronze composition gives it a rich, earthy tone that deepens over time, developing a natural patina, a warm brown sheen that collectors love. A coin preserved in its original brilliance, with no oxidation or wear, can command exceptional value. But a naturally aged coin, with a soft patina and clear details, tells a story, a narrative of survival across decades, of enduring craftsmanship. And let's not forget, the 1982 pence was minted during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch whose image became one of the most recognized in the world. Coins bearing her youthful portrait hold immense sentimental value today, especially after her passing in 2022. The emotional connection adds another layer to the coin's worth, transforming it from a collectible into a piece of royal legacy. Over the years, the market for rare British coins has exploded, with collectors from the UK, USA, Canada, and even Asia hunting for coins that link them to history. Auction houses in London and online platforms like Heritage Auctions and eBay have witnessed bidding wars over seemingly ordinary British pennies and 2 pence pieces. The thrill lies in rarity. A minting error, a pristine proof, or a coin from a small production batch can skyrocket in value overnight. The most stunning story connected to the 1982 pence coin came from a British family in 2023. While cleaning out their late grandfather's belongings, they discovered a small envelope labeled "Old Coins." Inside were several coins, most of little value, until they found a gleaming 1982 pence proof coin in perfect condition. Upon appraisal, it was confirmed to be part of a limited collector's issue that had survived in untouched condition for over 4 decades. It was later sold in a private auction for an eye-watering $38 million, shocking the entire numismatic community. The buyer, an anonymous royal memorabilia collector, described it as the last pure piece of Britain's transitional coinage era. So next time you come across an old 2 pence coin, look closely. History has a way of hiding its greatest treasures in plain sight, and this, my friends, is why the 1980 Elizabeth II 2 pence remains one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever discovered, a timeless masterpiece celebrated by collectors worldwide, right here on HD Ultra Rare Coins.